abilities yet.
I don't have any level 9 abilities.
Level 9?
What? Aren't you guys level 9?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You're-
level 9.
Oh.
I don't think I have any level 9 abilities.
You got the new 4th level spells, didn't you? Or 5th level?
Okay, I guess that came
Isn't
at
that
this
your
level.
level 9?
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, to start, would anybody like to recap last time?
Oh, well.
We were in town still recovering from the black spell ooze thing. There was a debate about whether that guy, Bella Thorne, was a figment of our imagination or not. He was like asleep for some point while we were having this discussion, but what happened after that? I mean, what I remember next after that is there was a crashing sound of some tremendous monster approaching us. So there was some reconnoitering. It turned out to be this titanic creature that was crushing everything in its path, every building, Godzilla style. So we realized we couldn't just run to Bella Thorne's place for safety because all of that was likely to be destroyed. So we basically just had to figure out whatever way we wanted to try to protect ourselves from the rain or not, and just run for it, try to make it to the edge of the magical glass rain, turning you to encasing you in glass rain outside. All the while, this creature was following us. At some point, there was a curse cast on the creature that turned it into a tidal wave that just flowed out, killing, encasing Bella Thorne, and killing him forever, I believe. And then there were shenanigans to make sure everybody sort of crossed the finish line to get out of town.
Yeah. That is a very apt summary.
One last ditch effort, I think, to save Petrie from falling into a hole created by the bird creature.
Yes.
I had to teleport in, teleport out.
Yeah, I got messed up.
The bird creature that I assume was summoned by Tacitus throwing the torch at the beginning before we ran, because that seems to be the way you summon the creature.
He didn't summon right this time because he's supposed to go towards the light. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason.
And then some of you have some extremities that are still a bit frozen in glass, or covered in glass. I had a list. Where did I put that? Oh, aftermath of the storm.
Talk above my head.
Yeah, I'm stuck in the Y.
So Petrie is stuck in the Y. Elmorn's shield arm is stuck above his head. Arm and shield both encased in glass. Also, your eyes are getting pretty dry because they're glassed open. Tacitus, your forearm, dagger, and the pillow are all encased in glass. Yep. You have movement at your elbow, but from the elbow down, it's all glass. And also the doll head is now a nice little glass orb containing the doll head.
Yeah.
Ivar, your pillow is pretty heavy, mostly glass, but it's fine. You can take it off. And then Marthau, he grew big to break the glass, but then he tried to end his concentration on the spell, and now he's still big. So.
Huh.
So, that is where you guys are at right now. So, where do you go from here? Right now, well, wait. Let me set the scene. You guys are on the outskirts of the town, covered in glass. You can see the clear boundary between where the glass starts and the rest of the Mournland ends. The rain is still pouring in that area, but it's very much limited to just that area. So it's not crossing over. It's not raining on your side. The ever-present mist is still there, roiling about. In the distance, you think you see the flash of the giant flying creature and his interesting caw, which I will not repeat.
But I can't remember.
He says, winding down.
My memory is so terrible.
And the viewers at home may not have seen the prior episodes.
Yeah. Maybe they're just coming in now.
Yeah.
Well,
like, what's this stream about?
From the distance, you hear. I
don't know. Wait,
and
what
then,
if you were up like
lightning flashes as it releases that. So the glass monster is obviously no more. He is solidified across the field, adding a good foot-thick layer of glass all across the ground and filling a good bit of that basin that the flying monster left in the blast. In the very distance, you can see Barragond frozen in this large wave of glass. And many of the buildings are shattered. Now, out in the distance, there is the landscape is as you expect it would be. It's pockmarked, post-apocalyptic sort of terrain. You do see a glowing plateau on the horizon.
I'll be right back.
So you see a glowing plateau upon the horizon, and in the distance you see what might be a town, but it's too far to really know for sure. It may be buildings, it may be just destruction.
See, what all I want to know is the Lady of the Mist comes out when you're in trouble. How much trouble do we have to get into before she comes to save us?
That is a good question.
And Petrie's like, yeah, I really need someone to scratch my parts.
Yeah, you still got that the endo crabs.
Mm.
And then Tacitus, you're jaundiced, right? And your arm is kind of shaking.
Yeah.
Like a palsy. And Ivar, your eyes are kind of fogged over.
So do we try to save what's his name?
Is it still raining?
Yeah.
He was evil anyway. It's probably best he stays there.
That is unconfirmed, but
Yeah, he had an aberrant dragon mark. It doesn't make him evil.
Mm. Well, that's your opinion.
well, just like your opinion, man.
Feelings are my facts.
Sorry, what'd I miss?
We were debating whether or not to go save Barragond.
Oh. I'm guessing we're saying no.
Well, I think Petrie's the only one saying no. Yeah.
Surprises me.
Elmorn, we were just also reminded of the corruption manifesting. And yours was that all your hair fell out, and then there was something else, right? Oh, you're out of breath. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's frozen in a weird spot as well. Or maybe his shield's messed up because he wasn't just using his shield.
Yeah, so his shield arm is kind of stuck up like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to begin trying to peel this glass off my arm slowly, with my working arm, and I got a dagger. I can kind of pick it off little by little, carefully.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a hammer and chisel out of my tinker's tools, and not try to break the glass off of my hat, but like smooth it out and polish it. Thin it out as much as I can, but not completely create a hole.
All right, so we'll start with Tony. So Tony, you're using your dagger, kind of trying to pick at the glass gingerly. So what kind of skill would you say would be appropriate for this task, based on Tacitus's capacities?
Well, I'd like to say Arcana, but I don't know. Maybe a medicine, kinda.
Okay.
Has some medicine qualities to it, like chiseling off or cutting off a cast.
Okay. All right. I'll give it to you. Roll medicine.
All right. -2 on everything still.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
+2.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we're around. Yeah.
Is that? I thought that was only on saving throws.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I mean, this is a medicine saving throw, obviously.
Yeah. It's the aura of skill.
Yeah. Let's see here. Medicine 10 plus 5 minus 2, 13.
Okay. So you're able to break some away, but the glass is pretty hard. Even though it's fairly thin because your exposure was somewhat limited. But the problem is that as you're chipping it, it's starting to kind of almost like spider web, and it's kind of breaking off in ways that's splintering and kind of getting into your skin a little bit. No damage or anything yet, but it's creating some hazards that you're going to have to start navigating.
Mm. I mean, if it begins to like try and jab into me, I'm gonna stop and attempt to find a better way. I don't want I don't want crabs in my arm.
Bad enough to have them in your pelvis. Petrie, you're feeling them right now. They're kind of squirming. They're active.
Yeah, I'm sort of like sort of jumping around with my hands up in the air, like trying to use my my armor to like scratch myself.
Just scoot around on the ground like a dog.
So what about? So Ivar, give me a Tinker's Tool check for your polish work. You can use intelligence or dexterity, your choice.
That's a 22 with the -2.
Oh, it's polished. It's looking fine. Looking very refined.
I guess Petrie gets frustrated because he can't even like start to chip at his own arm. So I'm thinking maybe I'll put like a 1st level spell slot into a thaumaturgy and try and like shatter it, like using the tremors to like break it so it falls off. Hopefully my whole arm doesn't fall off, but you know.
Okay. Yeah, for a 1st level spell slot with thaumaturgy, give me well, wait a minute. Give me a religion, because that's more appropriate to your spellcasting ability.
Sweet.
Right?
Well, it's intelligence.
Do you have we'll make it a spellcaster check, actually. That makes more sense.
Okay. So that'd be like wisdom plus proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A spellcaster check is wisdom, or is just the D20.
Oh yeah, no proficiency.
Oh, no proficiency? Okay.
Yeah.
So what, do I add anything?
Wisdom bonus.
Wisdom bonus, okay. And then -2. 13.
Sorry, I just froze out for a second there.
Oh, it was 20. No, it was 13.
I'm wired in. Let me just check my internet real quick.
Okay.
I don't understand what's going on. All right. So what was it?
13.
All right. It's partially successful. Go ahead and describe what it looks like when you do it, and you can go ahead and decide what partially successful means.
Okay. So I'm like stomping around because I'm trying to like scratch myself, and then I realize that I can actually cast a spell while doing that. So I'm stomping the ground and I cast the thaumaturgy, and my arms seem to like rattle a little bit. So like my joints are sort of like all this glass just like flicks off onto the ground, and now my hands are free, so I can spin my hands around, and my joints, so I can go like this as well. But my arms are still locked in.
So, but what does the spell actually look like when you cast it?
So it's sort of, it doesn't really look like anything. It just looks like there's just like the ground shaking. So and then eventually you see it like it goes into my body, and I'm shaking violently with it, and then eventually it goes up to my arms, and they, which were solid, become a little bit more loosey goosey.
All right. So in addition,
there's no real look to it.
In addition to that, the magic of your spell kind of resonates within the glass, kind of like the tuning fork sound that you guys have experienced when magic is cast into the glass. And when it shatters off your hands, it releases a pretty loud pop. Everybody give me a perception check.
21.
22.
Wow. 16.
Oh wait, -2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
19.
And as you're casting this, Ivar will say, "You know this stuff doesn't react really well to magic, right?"
Well, I don't see you scratching my nuts.
Fair enough.
Tony, what was your roll?
I got a 22.
Can't hear you, Tony.
Sorry, mine became a 14.
Okay. So that's good enough for all of you guys to hear it. In response, you hear meow, meow.
In response to what?
The loud pop.
Oh.
Were those meows? What was that sound?
There's a cat.
I think Petrie has little crab babies.
Does someone want to check?
You can do that.
Maybe I woke them up.
No, it.
I think. Okay, there you go. All right. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. My internet keeps going in and out. I'm not understanding what this is going on. All right.
Yeah.
I nominate Marthal.
Martha, in a much deeper voice, is like, even if I wanted to, these sausage fingers couldn't do much.
You just have to like poke around and look.
You just have to pull my pants down. Just do it.
I'm gonna
I'm only a field surgeon.
Okay, he's
You need a doctoral expert to take care of you, man.
he is actually fairly willing. So he does his best to try and undo your trousers. It's awkward for sure. He gets the pants down. And how much farther do you guys want to go with this?
He's got to look. So
Does he see cats?
Okay, so
are there any more noises?
He asks Ivor, can I borrow a pair of your pliers from your tinker's tools?
Tell him no.
I don't know that I have any pliers.
So, some tweezers, then something that I don't
Are
want to
there
actually touch his
Is there
skin
anything
or
on the
underwear.
ground that look like two sticks?
Yeah, I don't know if they jump, so you might want to step back a little bit too.
Use your teeth.
All right, so Marthau is able to use. He finds a stick.
I will give him 2 arrows to use like chopsticks.
Even better. All right, let's make a roll for Marthau to use the chopstick arrows.
Meanwhile, Elmorn is slamming his raised arm into the ground, trying to knock off icicles or whatever, crystals. So while this is all going on, I'm just smashing myself into the ground.
Give me an athletics check, and then we'll resolve that in a minute. But with so Marthau is mostly able to navigate with the arrows. You do get a little bit of a prick from the arrow.
Yeah, we can all.
And he kind of just opens it up a little bit, and then he sees the things crawling under you, and he's like, "Oh!" but then he says, "They're still there."
Can you scratch him real quick?
Roll.
No.
No.
I've already gone much farther than I would like to with the situation.
Oh.
Elmorn, what was your strength check?
19. Hello?
I think he
Oh, we
froze.
lost-
The glass,
Yeah, there you
but
We lost you for a second there, Mike.
oh, sorry. Let me try my Wi-Fi. Maybe that. I don't imagine it would be, but I'm gonna try.
How's your laptop battery looking?
It's at full, so that's a positive. Hold on, you guys are probably gonna lose me for a second here.
Okay. Oh, yeah, but he's gone.
All right, let's try that. So you're able to break out Elmorn, but it does cause splinters of glass to kind of go into the joints of your armor. So you do take 2 piercing damage, which you then get reduced to 1. Since it's not whiplash damage.
But isn't it magical glass?
Is it acupuncture damage?
You do notice though that the glass shards they do cause a lot of bleeding, so you do see some blood running down the armor of your forearm.
And I can't look away since my eyes are fucking frozen open.
Oh yeah, you got that too. So how are you going to deal with that?
Ooh. All right, it's time for egg to shine. I ask him to perform surgery. Dig the shit out of my eyes.
Oh man.
Oh boy. I never considered what stats Egg would have.
Yeah, it's time to shine, man. Be like, this is time for him to prove himself useful.
All right. Do you want me to use my metal D20 or the brand new D20 I just got?
Let's go with brand new. We'll feel lucky. Let's go.
All right. So what is he using? How is he beginning this process?
I'm holding him like this up to my eyes, and he's got his little claws. And he's just kind of like scratching.
Okay. I'm gonna make this a strength check for him then, since he's kind of having to dig in there with his little.
But the strength check is proportional to his size. It's little. My eyes aren't that.
I understand that. I understand that. Okay. So he's poking away, and he's able to get some leverage, but it requires him to kind of create incisions around your eye.
Ow.
Which is quite painful. Unfortunately, because of it, you jerk, and it causes him to give you a slash across your head.
What a dick.
So he'll go back to trying again.
As he does this, I go, hold on a second. And I go through my pack and I pull out a magnifying glass for Egg to use. So you can at least see a little bit. I will hold it to try to help Egg.
He turns to you and he gives you a little salute. So that'll give him advantage on the roll. So he is able to successfully take out each piece of glass, kind of as a full lens, almost for each one that was covering your eye. You have marks and gashes all across your eyes, so kind of like a zombie raccoon, I guess.
They add character.
So that's going to be interesting if it scars. But you were able to get the glass off. And Egg turns to Ivar and once again salutes him.
I will salute back. And then put it back right next to my pliers.
No.
Yeah, I'm kind of just picturing Eggy as like, anybody see that Vampire's Assistant movie? Cirque du Freak. It's like, it's got John C. Reilly in it. There's like these little creatures that are like just, they don't talk, but they're just small and
Oh, Minions.
kind of like Minions, except actually evil. They just bite people and shit, but
There was a picture of Egg, but I've forgotten what it looks like.
No, he's adorable.
No, he looks like some mutant Humpty Dumpty.
How dare you call him cute?
All right, so Elmorn is free of the glass, though. He has some wounds. Tacitus has gotten a good ways, but his efforts are being hampered by the splinters that he's causing. Petrie's free from the hands up. And Ivar is just chilling with Martel, being like, look at these guys with all their glass.
I want to figure out where that meowing came from. It obviously didn't come from my pants.
All right, give me investigation check.
Oh boy. Investigation. -2. 15.
All right. So you remember the general direction that the noise came from, and it was probably not too far away. And so you start heading in that direction, and then you actually give me a dexterity check.
Oh wow, yeah, one of those. Sweet. That's what got me in the hole last time.
And you're at disadvantage since your arms are up and you can't really catch yourself.
Oh, don't worry. My first roll was bad enough. Yeah, that's a good 4 right there. Oh no, -2. It's a 2.
You fall back into the same pit you fell in last time.
All right, so your foot catches on something in the ground and you fall forward, and your natural reaction to catch yourself is impaired because your arms are stuck up in the air. So you fall on your face. Your arms fall on some hard rocks, which causes them to shatter. So, yay, you're free.
Yay.
Unfortunately, you also take 3 damage from, and you're cut up pretty bad, and you got some splinters of glass kind of embedded in your flesh. But then you look at what you kicked, and it's actually the entrance to a little burrow in the ground, and you see a pair of yellow eyes, small beady eyes within the darkness of that burrow.
I look at the burrow and I'm like, "Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty."
Get away from there. There's obviously no cat in there.
And I try and I get some little dry rations out. I'm like, "Come here."
So you hear a little wow.
I get closer to the hole.
Give me an animal handling check.
Oh, I'm actually good at these. Okay, yeah. 18 plus 3, 20. 18 plus 3, 21. 19.
All right. So as you get closer, waving the dry ration, there's like a blur of movement, too quick for your eye to catch, and then all of a sudden the rations are gone from your hand. And then you hear within the burrow
Peter, are you trying to get your very own egg?
Yeah, I get closer to the hole. And I go to I guess I start slowly putting my hand up towards it.
So you begin putting your hand towards it, and you see what looks to be like a little black kitten nudging from the edge of the hole and kind of sniffing your hand. And then with its yellow eyes, it looks up at you and kind of starts licking.
I go to pet it.
It starts to purr a little bit, but then it kind of like nibbles on your hand a little bit, not painfully,
At first,
but you get the impression that it wants more food.
Oh man.
What's this thing look like again?
It just looks like a cat.
Yellow eyes.
Yeah, I got some more. Yeah, I'll give it another one.
All right. So this time, more slowly, you notice this little like tendril pop out from behind it and grab the food. And then that's also when you notice there's something very strange about this cat. It's kind of nuzzling you. You can feel it, but it's not where you would expect it to be based on the feeling.
You feel it in your
Like
pants.
you're seeing it in one place, but you're feeling it nuzzling in another.
Your pants.
Yeah. Okay.
Where does he feel it?
Yeah, where do I feel it? Where's the other place that I feel it?
It's on his hand, just not on the place on his hand that he was expecting it.
And there's a little tendril or something?
Mm-hmm. Because right now you're just seeing it from the neck up, basically.
Okay.
And like a little tendril popped out of the.
I'm gonna cast light.
Okay. So when you cast light, it causes it to skitter back into its burrow to escape the light. It was not happy with that sudden flash, but you did get a better look at it, and it looked like this.
Oh, it looks like a Neopet. I want it.
Oh, Jesus.
It looks like a deformed Neopet.
It's a goddamn baby's displacer beast. We should... Oh, my God.
You can tame it.
Yeah, I want it.
You could try.
Is there can I try and tame it? How do I do this? I've already given it food. I've used my animal handling.
And then you scared it with light.
All right, well then I crawl into the hole.
It's not big enough for you to crawl into.
Oh,
You could
okay.
fit your arm into it, maybe. It's a pretty small burrow.
How many fucking rations have I got? How long are we going to be in here?
What are the rest of you guys doing as you're seeing Petrie?
I'm waiting for him to be eaten.
I go up to Ivar. I'm like, you do have pliers, right?
Yeah, I mean, the whole Tinker's kit. Of course I have pliers.
Asking quietly. Yeah, can I borrow those?
I'll give him the pliers.
Elmore would probably just be nursing his face and his underarm, which is bleeding. He's now a bald, scarred, exhausted man.
Asthmatic.
Asthmatic.
Like throat, vocal cords, scarred, random cracking voice. He started out such a badass too. Oh wow.
What's more badass than coon goggle scars?
So I'm going to use the pliers to pull out any glass that happens to break off and try and stick inside me.
All right.
As you start that, then I will also give you the magnifying glass since it was right next to the pliers.
Sure.
So
All
I'm
right.
going to use thaumaturgy to try and I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it to change the color of my eyes to the cat's eyes, and I'm going to go meow meow meow.
All right, give me another animal handling check.
Yes. Oh, yes. That's a 21.
Was that -2?
Yes.
So
yeah.
it seems less skittish. It's coming back to the hole, and once again, it's kind of nuzzling against you, and its tentacles are kind of exploring up your arm, kind of feeling and lightly scratching.
So when it bites you, you're just gonna be like, "Bad kitty, bad."
But once again, despite the fact that you're seeing it, where you're seeing it touching you is different from where it's actually touching.
Yeah, kitty, this is my papa. These are my cheesy proofs. Sorry, now you're gonna get copyright infringement.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
My bad.
Demonetized.
Just tell them it was a parody.
Yeah.
That's right, legalese people. That was all parody. It's recorded now. It's binding.
Yeah.
So
I got a thing I'm working on. So
yeah, Tacitus, give me. Are you proficient in medicine?
Yeah.
All right. You can give a medicine check at advantage with the pliers and the magnifying glass.
Oh shit! I'm gonna need it. Oof, that's much better. Only a +3 with that -2 on there, so 20 cumulative.
Okay. Yeah, that's good enough to get your arm out of the glass. The dagger is still completely encased, but your arm, you managed to free that. There's still a couple of spots on your sleeve where there's some glass that you couldn't get off, and you also have a couple of splinters that went into your arm, so you do have some blood running, but you've managed to free yourself.
And then the goal was with the pliers to make sure nothing stuck. Stayed.
You weren't 100% successful, but you're more successful than you would have been without them.
That's not what I like to hear.
You can give it another try if you want.
And if I got most of the glass off, that's good. I mean, I just gotta make sure where it jabbed me, I can get all the glass out.
Mm-hmm.
15 medicine. I figured medicine, but
Yeah, that's fine. You managed to get all the shards that you can feel out.
sure. I hear the qualifiers. Try and sneak them in there.
At least you didn't say all the ones that will let you find them.
All right, so you guys, Tacitus, you managed to free your arm. Elmorn, you're fine. Martha was fine. You guys are watching Petrie kind of playing with this baby displacer beast.
I assume we just see a hole and him like at the hole sticking his arm in.
But you also heard the sounds,
Well, now we see him doing that. We just assume that it's him.
yeah, he changed his eyes yellow and everything. And
Yeah.
he made the light.
I think the place has finally claimed its first true victim of our party. Right over there, he's fucking lost it.
Well,
Hey, Dustin.
well, the lady in the mist shouldn't be far then.
And then I'm like, let him keep doing it.
Oh yeah, I don't know. While you were had stepped away, Ivar mentioned, "Isn't the Lady of the Mist supposed to help those in need? Where the hell is she?"
How badly do we have to be in danger? Should we have just stood there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna use my quarterstaff and like get just the end, maybe 5 or 6 inches of my of both ends of the quarterstaff in the glass. Like rotate it, make sure it coats all the way around. Do both sides.
Okay.
A little extra weight. You won't get knocked with that. That'd fucking suck.
Hey guys, sorry. My headphones were disconnected, so if you said anything since I've been logging on, I didn't hear it.
All right.
So,
Tacitus, before we do that, Tacitus, you can add a +1 to damage with your quarterstaff for that extra weight.
for Dustin's benefit, so far we have removed the glass that got stuck to us from last session and played with a cat.
I would expect nothing less. Or should I say nothing more?
Well, also, Martha, something that I don't know if you read the email, but when you used your enlarge spell, it never stopped. Like, it didn't go away.
I remember that, so I'm huge.
Yeah.
Or huge, as one would say.
Huge. Huge.
And your giant sausage fingers just got done poking around the crotch of Petrie.
Why was I doing that?
We
heard a meow, and he wanted someone to scratch his crotch.
So and Martha's not totally hearing this. He volunteered to do it
with a random chance.
Yeah, I rolled for it, and you're like, all right, I'm down. But then you stopped. You drew the line at anything beyond the underwear, and so you used a couple of arrows from Ivar's pack as like chopsticks to kind of pull back the underwear and see if the things are still wriggling, and you saw them, and you're like, nope, I'm done.
Gotcha.
That's it.
So fair enough. I mean, you took the steps and asked the most important question of all, which is WWMD. What would Martha do? So that's exactly what he would do.
So then, in addition, so that you can see the cat that Petrie is currently playing with.
Is it floating?
No, it's in a hole. It's a little displacer beast.
Yeah.
So where are we right now?
We're basically still right at the edge of the town that we ran away from.
Okay.
Like it's raining just a few feet away from us, but there's the line between where it's raining and where it's not.
So we're no longer in town.
Right. We escaped at the end of last session.
Yeah. So like behind us, there's the town. And in front of us, what do we see?
So off in the distance, you see a large plateau that kind of glows vaguely. You also see, the landscape is kind of post-apocalyptic. So it's like I said before, there are areas that are cracked and pocked, and places where there's like shards of glass poking up, or obsidian rather, and you think you can see off in the distance some things that look like they would be establishments or settlements or maybe even a small town, but you're too far away to really know for sure from this distance.
And that's in the direction of the plateau or a different direction?
In that general direction, yeah. Not too, probably if the plateau is north, it's not north, but let's say it's north, then it's kind of like northeast-ish, and then there's another one that's kind of northwest-ish.
Do we know which direction we're facing?
Tacitus should.
Yeah.
Do you have keen mind?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So what's the cat in the hole?
It's displace the beast, apparently.
I put up the picture here.
I did see it.
Oh, you saw it? Okay.
Yeah. Is that something? Are we familiar with displacer beasts, or more specifically, does Marthau know what a displacer beast is?
You can make a nature check. Tacitus, I assumed would be because of his work at the Tower of the 12, and his access to some of that knowledge.
I have a 15.
Yeah, that's good enough. So you're familiar. You know that displacer beasts typically have a pretty nasty attitude. They appear to be intelligent and have some signs of having maybe a culture, a primitive kind of culture, and a language. And they also have about their classic ability where they appear slightly displaced from where they actually are.
I see. So, do I know if you affect the area where they might be, if that affects them?
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
I mean, if they're displaced from where they actually are, does that mean say you shot a fireball at a spot 3 feet to the right of a displacer beast, but that's actually where their body was, but they appear displaced elsewhere? Would hitting that spot affect them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, a fireball.
It's effectively adaptive, biologically based illusion magic.
Okay. I was
So the true form is effectively invisible, and then is projecting an illusion of itself.
So, which way is the doll's head pointing us? Or is the doll's head not working anymore because it's now a glass orb?
No, so Tacitus did have a chance to examine the doll's head briefly, and his link to it with the magic that he used. The magical matrix is still intact. If anything, it seems to perhaps be enhancing the magic of the doll, and it's pointing in a direction kind of towards where one of the settlements are next to the plateau.
Because that's how we got here, was we were following that doll head. And it was sort of pointing past the town, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We decided to go into the town instead of around.
Are we sure it's not just detecting the greatest danger?
One can never be too sure in a place like this.
I'm pretty sure.
Does it look like there's any sort of place that we could kind of hunker down? we got pretty beat up last.
Yeah, but we also just got done resting.
Yeah. You guys are 2 hours away from your last rest, basically.
Doesn't mean we can't short rest.
No, you could short rest.
We can short rest while he tries to catch that cat.
Yeah, I guess while they're doing their short rest, I'll be trying to get comfy with this cat.
So with a short rest, you guys are welcome to spend your hit dice as well to heal, if you have any.
Does that work normally, or is it like half?
No, right now the hit dice method seems to work normally.
For now.
Seems hit dice are impervious to the Mornlands.
Well, at least for the amount of time you've been here.
Yep. Them too.
Oh man, that's a shame.
I mean, let's remember, you guys have been here only a day so far.
Oh, that was not that one.
We've done 2 long rests.
So I am singing while we're resting.
What does that do for us?
Song
The
of Rest.
D6.
D6.
Everybody gets an extra D6. Yeah. So I was like, I'm singing the song of soothing, like, ooh, yeah. We're feeling good. They call me Mellow Yellow. Call me Mellow Yellow.
That's hard to defend on parody grounds.
He's just mad about saffron. Saffron's mad about me.
All right. So how many hit dice is everyone spending?
I only had to spend 1, but I get back some of my special abilities that I used up.
Oh yeah, I get some of my spell slots back. Let's see.
He's 4.
Am I still able to?
Yeah.
Even though I'm sweet, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna use 2 D10s and 2 D8s, and then plus 6.
Wait. Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah.
I had really shitty rolls, so I got 6. I used 3 and I got 6 health back.
Yeah.
Then you add your con mod to them, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10,
To each one.
12,
There we go.
6, 8.
So I get 5 levels
20.
of spells back. I can either get like I've used a 1st, 2/3, and a 5th. I can get my 5th level back. Could be nice. Never know.
There's 3.
Or I can get a 3rd and a 1st.
6. Get 10 from them. And then I get 6.
I'm good. Song of Rest actually got me up to
16
max.
from that.
Nice.
Alright. Yeah, I'm back at 68 hit points.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's 3/4, so it'll do.
My max is 72.
Are you saving the hit dice for some reason?
I might have to give a couple to this cat. I don't know.
You can't give hit dice to others.
All right, I'll bust a couple more out. There we go.
Whoa there.
4, 6. Plus 11. Okay, no, I'm at 81. That should do. That should do.
All right. So, Petrie, what are you doing with this displacer beast?
So I'm
I'm
sort of
sorry,
just
displacer kitty.
I'm just playing with it, and I'm like trying to lure it out of the hole.
How?
I guess like by slowly moving my hand up and maybe like trying to feed it a little bit of dry rations now and then.
Oh, it's really interested anytime that you bring out food.
Yeah,
It's super
obviously.
motivating.
Yeah, cool. Well, I'm just gonna. I guess I'll like just leave it on me. I guess because I want it out of the hole.
Okay, so how are you getting it to go on you?
So I guess I put the food on me.
Okay. It uses its tentacle to swipe it off of you then.
Fair enough. Well, then I just walk further away from the hole, and I've got the food ration out, and I'm just like, "Come on over here."
All right. Well, it follows you as long as you got the food. It follows you,
Cool.
and seems to be. It even gets on. Well, not quite its hind legs because it's got 3 pairs of legs. But it raises its front paws up like for the food.
Cool. I'll give it some food, and then I guess I just keep on trying to get friendly with it without food whenever the chance is there.
All right. What are the rest of you guys doing as Petrie is playing with the displacer kit?
I got 2 gold that he loses 2 fingers.
You guys wouldn't have any like cat toys that you brought along?
Surprisingly, no.
Maybe.
Oh,
Mark has his chain there, and he's like, I hate the Mormons. And he looks at you just like this. Like, you know, Elmore, I hope finding your daughter is worth it.
Oh, it will be. Oh, Woo, it will be. Oh. Give me a second. Give me a second. Woo.
So Marthos is kind of sitting there, and he's just relaxing after, like, because I imagine like being pretty tired after that hell of a run, and flying and saving Petrie from almost certain death. So
That's why we short rested.
yeah, so he's just chilling, and even too tired to play with the interdimensional drifter.
Petrie, give me another handle animal check.
I'll use this. I'll use a thingy, whatever it's called.
Action point.
Action point. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Plus. So 20, not natural.
Okay. So you pull another ration out for the displacer kitten, and it seems to see where you pull it out, and then it leaps upon your leg and starts crawling on you, and gets itself stuck in your bag as it starts like going for the source of the food.
All right. Well, let's go, guys. I got the cat.
And you can hear it as it's munching away. It's like wow, 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 wow.
Also, I'm gonna have to borrow some food because I got a very fat cat apparently.
You're gonna fucking get us all killed. Leave the cat. We gotta go.
I
it's
agree.
It's not here though. See, that's just an illusion.
I'm quite familiar with these creatures. You said you don't like evil things. Naturally evil. So let's get out of here.
It might be a lichen.
No, I would know evil. I'm a paladin, so you know it's not evil. Don't ask me to detect evil because I can't.
All right. So are you guys heading off where the doll is telling you now?
That'll be my vote.
Yeah.
That'll be Elmore's vote as well.
Follow the doll.
So
I'll
You guys
direct
begin-
from the middle of the pack.
All right. So then, who is in front and who is behind then?
I'll go in front again.
All right. So everyone has to slow down to Ivor's pace.
But hopefully that would have happened anyway. But I also have the best chance of avoiding falling into things. So probably the best dexterity check of anyone here.
If you give me 10 minutes, I can summon another steed.
Yeah, let it go first.
Not quite how it works. It just kind of floats.
All right. So you guys are walking for probably about an hour or so, and then in the distance, in the direction that you're headed, you begin to see what begins to seem like a forest. And then as you get closer, after another couple more hours, because it's quite off in the distance, you begin to see that the trees, they're all pretty close together, but all of them are dead. There's no leaves anywhere. And then, but you begin to hear sounds that it sounds like almost like normal animal sounds that you might expect to hear in the forest, like chirping or rustling. But there's an off quality to the sounds. And you do apparently from time to time see what appear to be eyes glowing off in the distance that seem to be watching you. So you begin to enter the forest because the doll is directing you. This is the direction to go. And then everybody give me a perception check.
Can I do a nature check instead?
Nope.
Booey.
10.
I'm just going to say no.
9.
I did not get it.
Martha?
8.
All right. So, Kurt, I'm going to send you an email.
I guess in this time, Petrie's like retelling his story of how he went into the magical forest and he met an old man and killed a king. But he just sounds loopy because it was a magical forest.
You have such strange stories, Petrie.
Yeah. It was around that time when I got chased by a bullet.
Ah, yes. I remember that.
All right.
That was
Kurt sent.
That's funny.
Yeah, Petrie, you definitely would be having some flashbacks.
Yeah, I'm just telling everyone the story, but everyone probably thinks I'm loopy because I said I killed a king.
So I would I hold my hand up as high as I can so that other people can maybe see it, and then say, "Hold up." And then I'm going to stealthily make my way over to what I see.
What's the lighting like?
It's pretty dim, even dimmer than usual for the Moorlands. It's almost as if the trees are kind of, they seem to be almost absorbing light and gathering shadows around them.
But I want to go over.
So despite the lack of a canopy, because there are no leaves, it does seem noticeably darker.
Okay.
I want to go see if I can determine what attacked it and which direction it went after it attacked it.
Give me a survival check.
Could I do investigation?
If you want to determine, well, yeah, okay.
Then that's 23.
Sending you an email.
Yeah, so there was this king, Gerald, and and I found him in the forest in some old man rags, and there were these wolves, and the wolves attacked him. But Gerald was the true king, guys. And then we made it to this big forest kingdom where there was these rude guards. But I had the true king with me, so it was okay. So we got through the guards.
What in the world
King
is
Gerald.
this
King
man
Gerald.
talking about?
King Gerald sounds like a righteous fellow.
Yeah, he was the righteous king. And his wife was a total bitch.
Well, even the best make mistakes sometimes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was a witch. But it's okay. She's gone now. And King Gerald is the true king of Thelanis.
So I will sneak back over and say there's some very large creature that killed a displacer beast, biting it right down to the bone. And of course, the doll's head has taken us right to it.
How far into the forest are we?
Not far. Just probably 100 meters at most.
I'm wondering if maybe I could do a little spell crafting here. Manipulate some magics and get a sense for the distance this thing is expecting us to travel. I'm thinking, like, the first thing that comes to mind is start trying to identify and fuse an action point into it or something. For like a short-term sense of this far, from the dial to its point that it's
What's an
pointing
objective marker on the mini map?
Yeah. Okay. I will send you a quick email with what you see.
Alrighty.
Petrie looks in his pack to see if the cat's still there. Maybe that displacer beast was that thing.
I mean, assuming you could see it when I pointed out to you, this is like more of a full-grown displacer beast.
Okay.
Maybe it just ate so much.
Oh, maybe. Hmm. Do you think maybe we're just like your daughter can just move really, really fast, and this dull head's just like pointing us in random directions?
All right, set.
Okay.
Oh,
I get
also,
Do I get the sense that maybe we can
one other thing.
travel around?
telling you shit, but whatever. All right, sorry. What did you say?
Just curious if I could get the sense that, if we could travel around this bit of forest.
You could, but the sense that you get because of part of what I mentioned in the email, it would impact chances, because once again, it's operating disjointed from that.
Sure.
So it's kind of taking into account your path.
Yeah.
And experiences.
Okay.
Hey,
almost like a foretelling of sorts.
Maybe like in the Thalanis forest, maybe these trees talk. And I walk over to a tree and start talking to it.
Roll a d20.
Oh, can't reach. Can someone slap him?
I go 19.
All right. There is a sudden gust of wind. It causes one of the branches to knock across your face and kind of raise you, but it doesn't seem to be anything that was intelligently driven. Just you being next to a tree when the wind gusted.
He wouldn't know that. He wouldn't know the difference. Alrighty.
My name's P Tree, not P Brain. Gosh.
I don't know. Sometimes your actions.
You tried to chase a
indicate
squirrel.
maybe otherwise.
You tried to chase a squirrel.
It was for the right reasons. I was trying to help a squirrel.
Right. It's P Tree. He's talking to trees. He's chasing squirrels.
So, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
I assume we're marching towards danger again.
Constantly. And this likely isn't, whatever happens to be in this ford is not likely to be the most dangerous thing that we face. The doll's head is leading us towards, I think, the danger that would be required to summon the angel. Just FYI. Shall we get moving?
Yes.
So I know we've never tried this before, but have we considered trying to sneak our way forward?
We could attempt.
Uh,
For the attempt.
Martha
I do-
like crouches a little bit and he's like, I'm ready to speak.
Yeah, Martha's like 10 feet tall right now.
Yeah. So are the trees? No one will hear me coming.
Maybe we'll get lucky, huh?
So are the trees taller than me?
Yeah.
Now, do I see anything? Because I have a higher view. Do I have any sort of vantage or notice anything that the others might not see?
Give me a perception check.
19.
You think you might see a glinting, a brief kind of reflection off in the distance.
Okay. Like, is it like I see like something reflecting off a piece of metal type deal?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it quickly goes away and it doesn't repeat.
All right. Does it look like it's past the forest?
The forest is too large for you to see to know that, so it's within the forest.
All right. Hey guys, there's something moving here. We're not the only ones in the forest.
I think the corpse over there is the proof of that. Were you able to determine anything about exactly what killed the beast?
Just that it was something that could butt right down to the bone.
Can you show me? I can take a look for sure. Maybe I can ascertain more information.
So
Probably
I'll
not.
take him to the body.
Yeah. I can take a quick look.
Okay.
I'm looking to see if there's any indication of the other features of the creature that killed this thing.
Oh, and then I will point out the tracks that lead in the direction we're walking.
So what kind of skill are you using, Tony? Are you just doing investigation, or because with investigation you wouldn't see much more than what Ivor was able to glean? But if you have some other ability, or if you want to try to use survival or nature,
I can try nature. Just use my innate smarts to maybe figure something out here. Nope. 8. 8 total. Yep, bit right through. Let's just get moving. And I guess we could try and be quiet. Yeah.
I will tell you something that's a bit unusual about the tracks is
Okay.
that it seems like footprints, but then the footprints are somewhat wide, and there's just like a line in between them.
Sure.
Like a tail line, you mean, or
Like a lizard.
Could be.
Could. Anyway.
I mean, whatever it is, it's dragging across the ground, and it's heavy enough that it's leaving a pretty significant kind of trail.
So if I take my pants off and start walking through the snow, got it.
So how big are the footprints?
Probably about a foot and a half across.
So giant monsters ahead.
Sure.
Of some lizard type. Two-legged, quadrupedal, or bipedal?
Give me a good survival check, and I'll let you know.
Nope.
Nope.
No good survival check.
I got an 11.
That's double mine.
So forward we go.
Yep.
So
How are you proceeding?
Oh, what if I was sneaking?
I could attempt to handle that for you, maybe.
I'm also proficient in survival. Can I try?
Sure.
here we go.
So I'm guessing a 9's not good.
If you come across it, you'll just have to see for yourself.
So
Definitely
I guess I'll show the cat the displacer beast and be like, "Is that your mom?"
Jesus. Quite tactful, isn't he?
The cat becomes very distraught and immediately jumps out of your pack and begins kind of trying to nuzzle the displacer, the larger displacer beast's paw and face. And it's crying out.
I mean, aw.
That's probably what got that cat killed.
Well, we better keep moving. Sorry, kitty.
So wait, Petrie, what are you doing in response?
I don't know. I stand near the cat, and I can't really do anything. I sort of just put my yellow eyes on and then say meow meow and try and get it to jump back into my pack.
It really does not want to leave this displacer corpse.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. I just keep walking. I'm like, sorry, cat, gotta go.
As you guys walk off in the distance, you hear.
All right, look. You're going to get that cat killed now because you left it meowing in the middle of the forest filled with dangerous animals. Go over there, comfort the damn cat, and see if you can get it back in your backpack. Just be a simple animal handling check. Go.
Okay. Oh, man. All right. And I just waddle over to the cat. And I'm like, come on, let's go. And I just give it... try and pat it and comfort it and whatever.
Okay, so give me animal handling.
It's a 15 with the -2. Yeah.
All right. So it seems to respond somewhat positively to your comforting, but it still is reluctant to leave the side to leave the corpse.
Mm-hmm.
So
just grope around till you find the actual thing and then pick it up.
As he's doing that, Ivar will say to the rest of the group, he's going to need something to eat anyway. Might as well let him bring the cat.
So Petrie, what do you do to try and coax this displacer kitty?
We're gonna have freaking food, so I guess I don't know. Maybe I like drop a sacred flame on the displacer beast, like on the dead one.
If I ever have occasion to invite you to a funeral, please remind me.
God damn it! You froze just as you started speaking. What did you say?
Retake. What can I do? Yeah. Well, I said I was gonna drop a sacred flame on the dead.
I heard that. I didn't hear
Yeah.
what Kurt said.
Oh, I said if there's ever a time when I'm thinking about inviting him to a funeral, remind me of this moment.
All right. So is that your final answer?
I got nothing. Like I really do. I've got no spells which can help. I guess I can just pat the thing and try and do another animal check, but like that's gonna do nothing. So
but how are you going to coax it into your bag, or what? How are you going to? Because you're just kind of like petting it right now. Is that it?
mhm. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
All right. So if you think about this like a cat, if you
Mhm.
just pet a cat, it's not
Oh,
going
okay.
to do anything.
I scratch my pouch so it tries to follow it. You know how cats like go crazy when you like make movement or whatever.
All right. So it's kind of looking at the pouch and it's looking at you. Is it the same pouch where the food was?
Yeah.
All right. And it kind of looks back at its mom.
Was it
So
so?
give me and well, of course it's its mom. Come on, this is a Bambi moment. Give me one last animal handling check.
Bambi
Okay.
would have been so much cooler if Bambi's mom was killed by a T-Rex.
I'm gonna use an action point. That was a bad one. Oh sweet, nat 20.
All right. The displacer kitten seems to trust you, and it nuzzles its mom one last time, and then slowly walks into the bag, and turning to its mom one last time before it goes in.
Boo-hoo, let's go.
I say don't name your friend, because it'll make it harder when we have to kill it.
No, its name is Legolas. It's got 8 legs.
Okay. So it's kind of mewing in the bag mournfully but softly.
Mm. I just cast guidance, and I'm like, please, sacred flame, just get me out of here with this cat, hopefully.
Okay. Sounds more like just a prayer without the need for casting a spell, but sure.
Well, if in some time in the next minute he needs to roll an extra
True.
D4.
All right. So you guys are trying to stealth forward now?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
yeah. Hey, Martha, do you want me to attempt to bring it back down to normal size?
Well, I can't say I enjoy being large. If you can, that would be wonderful. If not,
Alrighty.
do we need 10 minutes alone?
No. Nope. The span of one action is all I need. So I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on him. It'll be at a 4th level spell slot. Seeing as it was enlarged that was on him, I figured maybe, even though it's gone funkified, perhaps I could just dispel it.
So, the magic of the Mornland is strange and tenacious.
Yeah, we've gathered.
So you can, so even with the 4th level spell slot, you'll need a spellcaster check, or you can use an action point, and it'll be done.
I figured there'd be a damn action point. I shall use an action point.
All right. Describe what the spell looks like.
It's really a quick thing, actually. Nothing super fancy. There's just a couple of quick words and a short gesture. And then I'll flourish. We'll say I end it with a snap.
Okay. And then Martha explodes in a puff of smoke. And when that smoke dissipates, Martha is back to his normal size.
I knew that would happen.
Yay! I walk up to Tacitus and give him a high five. Thank you.
Still no
Thank
teeth,
you
though?
so much. If only you could give me my teeth back.
I got nothing there, man.
Well, I suppose you have to say one miracle a day.
Okay, now let's attempt valiantly, I'm sure, to stealth our way through here. Huh?
All right. So, are you guys taking any kind of special precautions or actions, or are you moving in any specific way to try and increase your stealthiness?
I mean, I would assume we should try to like move tree to tree, taking cover and walking as softly as we can.
Yeah, Martha's just going to copy whatever he sees Ivar doing, because he figures that gnomes have to be stealthy, right?
You assume you'll see Ivar. That's how stealthy he is.
All the worse for Ivar, because then I can't copy you, and then I'll end up doing something not stealthy.
All right. Everybody, give me your stealth checks.
Alrighty. Let's see here. Stealth
With
plus
the
0.
-2. With the -2, 26.
Nice.
Well, I don't need my D4 just yet. I got a 14.
Oh, yeah, all right. Natural 19 plus 0.
Oh, actually, no.
-2.
It's -2. It's 12. 14, 13, 12, yeah.
Do you want to use that D4?
Do I really need it? God dang it.
You probably should.
Yeah, are you gonna use? You're saving it for something else in the next minute?
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to do like 40 stealth checks. So
Keep casting guidance.
No, I just made you do like 40 animal checks because it's a fucking displacer kit. So
4. All right, so it's a 4. So I'm back up to 16.
all right. Well, thankfully, no one shit the bed. So
Not yet.
Yeah, exactly.
not yet. So you guys are moving through the forest. You're actually moving quite quickly, even given despite your stealthiness, because you seem to be finding all the right footsteps and all the right trees, and your silent communication is being effective in terms of coordinating how you guys are going about. Everybody, give me a perception check.
Son of a
Oh,
bitch.
not that time.
If-
I got a 9.
I got a 10.
2.
I had an 11.
Oh, somebody made it. All right. Ano, I'm gonna send you an email about what you see.
I'm sure it's fine.
And there shined a shiny demon in the middle of the road.
Oh, with crowd, what is Strobodile? No, wait.
Middle of the road. And he said, meow, 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 meow.
Play the best song in the world.
Or I'll eat your soul.
So,
And me and Kyle, we looked at each other, and we each said, "Okay."
We played the first thing you wanted. Just so
Definitely get the flag.
All right. Sent.
All right. Oh shit!
It's an equally stealthy T-Rex.
Wait, where do I see this? In conjunction.
Just ahead.
Okay. I would silently.
So, well, also consider Ivar before has said that he's kind of taken the lead.
Right.
So you're kind of in the middle of the pack right now. So there's at least one other person in front of you.
Okay. I would try and silently signal us to stop. If that requires me,
How would you try and signal?
I go.
That's not silence. That's the opposite of silence.
I would.
That would definitely get me to stop now, as I cringe.
All right. So with that, let's see.
No, that was a joke.
Oh, okay.
I would. Can I like catch up to Ivar since I can move 5 feet faster than him? His little stubby legs, and just like grab him really quick.
You would do a stealth check at disadvantage.
All right. I got 4 action points.
That's the spirit.
Okay, the first roll was good. The second roll, not so good. So I'm going to use an action point. Would I still do this at disadvantage with every action point?
Yep.
No.
Wait, what?
No, I'm not going to make you do that. Whenever you guys have a disadvantage, you
roll one.
Okay, well I have to use another one because I rolled a 1. So
Oh, lordy.
okay, that's acceptable. So 9. Nope. -2. 17.
Far as you can tell, you're undetected as you meet up with Ivar.
Okay. I grab him by the shoulder or by the collar, whatever is closest. I grab him, and then I point to what I see, and I point in the direction of the things that I see. I don't say anything because I don't want to risk them hearing us. So at this point, now that I've pointed out to Ivar, can he at least see it?
Yeah, so everybody sees the general direction where you point or indicating, and I imagine everybody that saw you moving kind of froze because that's kind of a concerning thing to just shut
take off
like that when you're trying to stealth. So you guys see several Warforged, and they appear to be some kind of hunting party. Several of them are carrying on some kind of like hammock or like a spit or some type of thing, a large reptilian creature with a massive head and a body that is mostly like a giant snake, with but 2 legs. And one of the Warforged look like this.
Oh, I was gonna ask if I could share it, but okay.
Oh yeah, go for it if you want to share it.
Looks like this.
Oh, okay.
Marvin?
Tank.
And he seems to be directing the Warforged.
And what are they doing with the lizard thing?
They're just carrying it.
Carrying it on like a spit roast.
It's dead.
Okay. I'll quietly move up to them then at the front and just say, I think we should follow them.
Follow them.
Why?
Listen, man, I saw things.
I will whisper, but not on the stream so people can hear. I was thinking we should like circle around stealthily and then keep going where the doll's head's pointing.
I saw a Warforged camp. Those are Warforged. I imagine they'll go back to camp.
So that's where the doll's head is leading us, is to a Warforged camp.
Yeah. Like I said, the danger that we need.
Wherever the head is pointing us is where Elmore would go.
Where are these Warforged going, or what are they doing?
Well, based on the fact that they have this creature that they killed and are bringing it back, they seem to be returning to wherever it is they came from rather than going out to do more. Since it's taking like 4 Warforged alone to carry this thing, and even then they're sort of dragging it a bit because it's quite large and quite heavy.
What weapons do they have?
They all are very clearly armed with sabers and blades. And even the large one, it's kind of, what he's wielding seems more like a hammer, like a giant fucking hammer. But even the hammer, like, it has like a blade at the end of it. Like, so it's kind of like an axe, but mostly a hammer.
Why would Warforged need that much just meat? What do they need a carcass for?
They have prisoners.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Well,
And so they're moving in a direction.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same direction as the doll head is pointing?
To be honest, when you look at the doll head, it seems to be following the Warforged.
Sure. Okay. Actually, perhaps we don't follow these guys. We just go up to them.
Do they appear to have like someone's daughter with them?
Someone not going to name names.
Do you have any like markings that we recognize? Something to distinguish them? Like, a Warforged tribe marking or something?
I can't remember if the Warforged that you guys fought on the lightning rail had any kind of markings, but if they did, these Warforged have those same markings.
Oh god, no. Avoid at all costs.
oh man.
Or
So, well, the cat's mother's been avenged, so that's a good thing.
You want to go thank them?
Yeah. But now the displacer.
Hold on. I'm just curious. How do your characters respond when Petrie says something like that in the middle of all of this?
it's just another thing.
I believe I had my response, and this is, don't you want to go say thank you?
I'm just used to him by now.
Yeah, Martha has been a little bit desensitized.
Yeah.
So is the plan to go up and just talk to them?
I don't know.
Seems unlikely to be good. But is the doll's head pointing like at them, or like with the town sort of just in the direction they happen to be walking?
So when you see the doll's head, it seems to be continuously reorienting itself to the Warforged. So as they're traveling, it's kind of turning with them.
So, they've got a camp, you said?
Yeah, I believe so.
So,
Look,
if I was to be captured after thanking them, they would take me back to the camp, right?
well, that assumes they need to keep you alive.
Yeah. Well, if I look defenseless, they probably won't kill me.
Plus, if we need to talk to this particular group of them, I'd rather do it out here, not at their camp where there may be more.
Definitely.
Yeah. So,
Who volunteers?
should we go out there unarmed, unarmed, or like should I say, hey, I'm defenseless. Thank you.
I doubt that. I doubt that any armament we would have would even strike even a tingle of fear into the heart of these Warforged. Whether we come out with weapons or no, they would not change their opinion of us.
Well, yeah, I'm happy to say thanks to them. Like they saved us from that big lizard thing, and a mama displacer beast. So
Yep. Make sure the cat's poking his head out of the bag. It'll confuse him.
maybe I'll leave that here.
It'll run away if you leave it here. None of us have any rapport with the animal.
Just give it food; it'll be fine.
We're not giving it our food. What are you, crazy?
No.
Give it your food.
I did.
All right. So while he goes up there, what do we want to do?
I want to find a good hiding spot.
Yeah. Sure. How big is that one that seems to be in charge?
7 feet tall and seems to be 7 feet around.
Okay. And how many others are there?
8.
Okay.
There's 4 carrying the creature and 4 others that are kind of on the perimeter with the big boulder one at the front.
Do they look like they have ranged weapons?
Give me a perception check.
8. I can't see over the foliage.
Yeah, you can't see their weapons. They're not wielding their weapons right now. It's pretty easy to see their bladed weapons though, hanging from scabbards, and it's clear the weapon that the big one is carrying because he's carrying it over his shoulder, because there's no real easy place to put that one.
I'm still gonna give Petrie a Tanglefoot bag. So if you need to run, chuck this at them. Maybe it'll stick some of them onto the ground.
Okay.
And then they won't be chasing you. At least not quite as many.
All right. Well, nice knowing you guys.
Just get ready.
And Petrie takes a deep breath and walks out there.
Okay.
This is not the best scenario ever. I feel like this is exactly what I want.
Can't stay on too much longer. I have to get up kind of early tomorrow, just FYI. So I don't know if we're gonna get into like a whole big thing.
Actually, I was planning on ending it pretty soon, but I think this cliffhanger is a pretty good place to leave Petrie in limbo to see what happens to him until next week.
Right.
Oh boy.
So, what are people's thoughts of today's session? I know it was a little bit slower, a little bit kind of strange compared to previous sessions.
It was fine. I mean, I don't know if it was that much stranger than the time we spent the entire session in one house.
Right. You know. I mean, I thought it was good.
I think it's cool that Petrie has a little displacer beast pet.
Yeah, I just get to do dumb shit and I like it. It's fun.
Well, I mean, at some point you might find a way to make that useful. Like, not right at the moment, but...
Yeah, I thought this was fun. I'm wondering what's up with the Displacer Beast, why it patched from Petrie's nuts, but I guess we'll find out later. Maybe never know.
Some things are best left unsaid.
I thought the doll's head was leading us to Elmorn's daughter, so I'm not sure why it's pointing us towards the Warforged.
Yeah, it's a
So another thing we'll probably figure out. Maybe they ate her. Maybe she's actually piloting. She's piloting the big spherical one, like a mech.
Could be like it could be like a bit like in Fallout, like the Big Daddy, like.
Oh wow! Yeah.
That's just her Gundam.
You mean Bioshock? You said Fallout.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, we got it.
Bio Fallout.
I liked the egg surgery. That was fun.
Yes, and Elmore's new scars.
Mm-hmm.
The coon.
It's racist, man.
It's from South Park.
Yeah.
Is everybody good for next Tuesday?
Yeah,
So far.
should be.
I will be out of town
Key.
all next week.
All right.
So, play from where you are.
How far out is Peter? Is he joining us coming up soon, or?
September
So-
17th he gets back.
Yeah.
So still a month and 2 days out.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So next month, gotcha.
It's going to be great to have him rejoin. We've been doing some little side adventure things through email. Can't wait to tie it all together.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what's he going to do when he's the last survivor of McCormick's Folly?
Resurrect all of you and make McCormick's Folly once more.
2.0,
In his own
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Raise Dead is called or Create Zombies or whatever is raising us.
Well, you know, some version of you. At least your meat suits.
All
All right, guys.
Have a good night.
All right. Talk to you later.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Oh, hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor? I
Yeah.
think you have control of. I think you have control of one of the characters, Valrus the Forgotten.
And Dice Cloud.
And Dice Cloud.
Oh, anyway, see you guys. Bye.
See you, buddy.
Take care. Yeah, I can't. It's loading very slowly. So
Oh.
I don't know what's going on with that. That has been weird. All right, here we go. Walrus the Forgotten, yeah.
Can you give me read-write access to it? I accidentally deleted my read-write access today. And I was using it.
Oh, these are all from the one shot that we ran that one time. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Settings. No, not settings.
It should be under share.
Share. All right, so just use your Gmail.
Yeah.
So Raw Lord.
Yep.
All right, you should have it. Let me know.
Awesome. Thank you. I
All right,
appreciate
and then also, did you get my email about the boon?
Yeah. Yes, I did. I just haven't responded. I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get that to you.
Okay. Well, you don't need to get it to me. Just you know, whenever you figure it out.
All right. Well, dude, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yep.
All
I
right.
figure
man.
it's an interesting little thing to do.
Yeah.
Just expands options. All right.
All right, man.
All right.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Later.